Hi students, it's Miss Johansson. I wanted to show you how to get started in the intensive science course. So when you go into your class, I want you to notice that the announcements to the top will tell you how to get started. So there's a welcome email, and there's also an announcement about how to get into discovery and education. For the large majority of students, your login to your Julian accounts will be the same thing as your login to discovery education. Under about this course, you're going to find that there's a lot of field trip information. Please look at those because you actually get lab credit each time you come to a field trip, and that's really important that you get to come to those. So when you're looking at intensive, I apologize, this is popping up. When you are looking at your intensive, your first week of intensive will be labeled intensive week 1, first 3 weeks of work. So it's what everybody else did in weeks 1 through 3. You guys are doing here in week 7. So naming it was kind of confusing. Do we name it week 7? Do we say it's intensive week 1? So I went with this. Intensive week 1 is the first 3 weeks of work. Here's weeks 1 through 3, assignments at a glance, and your other work that you need to do. Your assignments at a glance will have everything that you need to do for the week. It's like your quick little checkoff sheet. Week 1 is actually longer in what you have to get, like how it's listed. But if you go through it, it's actually a lot of shorter videos that if you watch the short videos, it really shouldn't take very much time. So this first week, you have the assignments listed. Here's a link to a data sheet. Then it also says your week 2 assignments, and I said finish by the middle of the week. And your week 3 assignments, I say finish by the end of the week. So try and pace yourself and get those things done. Things that I have highlighted are really important, and you need to turn into the specialist or give them to your EF. Okay, so I also want to show you how to log into your Discovery Education. So in your Discovery Education, which is where you're going to get the content for what you're learning. So you're going to just type in Discovery Education, and then you're going to log in using your same username and password that you use in other places. So go ahead and log into that. And then once you're logged in, for you guys, the majority of you will have assignments that pop up on your Discovery Education, and you need to click through those. When you see those assignments pop up, make sure, I'm going to try and bring it up for me. When you see those assignments pop up, yours doesn't look like this, and I apologize for it looking different during this explanation part. When you log in and you see something like photosynthesis, on your assignment sheet, if I say on your assignment sheet, your assignments at a glance, if I have it listed like right here where it says explain, complete the read for number 3 here, explain, complete the reading and activities for explaining photosynthesis. If I go here, you can see that there's a tab that says explain. That will always be like the first word. If I want you to do explore or explain or elaborate, it'll always be the first word. Explore, explain, elaborate. So I will always list the first word. So make sure you find that word up here before you look. And then on the assignment sheet, it said go to explain, and then it said complete the readings and activities for explaining photosynthesis. So I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to do the readings and activities for explaining photosynthesis. And the teacher guide is on right now, but basically you have this at the bottom, and you can go back and it'll say the scientific explanation question, photosynthesis, which is right here, scientific explanation for photosynthesis. It says activity at the bottom is your discussion board. So that is our discussion board for the week. So then if I go to the next one and it says explain, complete the discussion board on Canvas. You could write up your answer here if you want, but it won't get turned into me on Canvas. So what you want to do is even if you do decide to write it there, go back to the home button, go down to week 1, stay in week 1, and there's the discussion board. And I basically took the same information from here and I typed it over here so that the discussion board is here now. So I'm going to go back and you guys can complete your discussion board there. Make sure that you have a good original post and that you have 2 good replies to your peers. When you reply to your peers, don't just tell them, hey, you guys did a good job. You can ask them questions or give them examples, but make sure you push them and keep the conversation going. Don't just give them a star and say, good job, and end it there. Have a good, meaningful conversation. Then for the next one, this week 2, modeling photosynthesis and cell respiration lab. When you click on it, I want to show you that the labs always have a lab PDF, so a copy of it there. You should be able to get a copy out of your lab kit. But if you, for some reason, don't have a copy in your lab kit, then there's the PDF right there that you could find a way to print. Another thing is that with all the labs, I have a YouTube video where I explain how to complete the lab. Hi, students. I wanted to show you how to do... So we're not going to listen to that right now. But when you're done doing the whole lab, then you submit the assignment. I would recommend that you download Canvas for your phone and that you take pictures and submit on the app. It is so quick and easy to use your camera on your smartphone to submit assignments that way. And your EF has a whole write-up on how to put Canvas on your smartphone, like the codes and things that you put in for that. And then I want to show you the last thing. The last thing that you do this week is that you complete the photosynthesis assessment. So when you feel like you really understand photosynthesis, you are going to go in and read the study guide. I would sit there and read this study guide and probably take notes on everything on this study guide. And once you have completed the notes and you know you can answer these questions, then hit take the quiz. You only have one chance to take the test. So make sure you are totally ready when you take that. To prep for the test, you'll see in back on your assignments at a glance, your assignments at a glance, it said that you could go to this evaluate button. On the evaluate button, I told you to go to assessment, and here it has a great, you go to review. I said that wrong. So you go to review and it has this great study guide of the top most important things, bullet points from everything that they taught you on photosynthesis. And then here at the bottom, there is a practice photosynthesis test. This practice test can be done as many times as you want. I'm not going to grade it. You can get it rescored every time, but just get yourself familiar with the information. It's just for you to practice before the test. So however much time you want to spend on that is up to you. So that's how you're going to do it. And in week 2, you guys, for intensive week 2, you guys are just going to move on. I'm going to go back to home. And you guys are going to go here and start intensive week 2. So next week, you'll be doing this. And then next week for intensive week 3, you will be doing this. And that will actually be at the end of that week is already your halfway point. So please just do each module each week and you should be all set. The dates, you'll see these are all due October 5th, this Friday, October 12th. The dates all line up for when you need to get that done. All right, take care and have a great day.